Alright, let's do a changelog video. I'll start with the easy change. Let's see. NMR, Zombie, Brago, Edgar's here. So the easy change involves Edgar. I'm just going to zip through and find who I've decided is coming out. And I'll show you what Edgar is getting instead. Right, so I'm taking out Baron Singer. I pretty much put him in because I needed to put in some card. I didn't really want to put in Nighthawk Scavenger. Didn't really want to put in... I've got another vampire that doesn't really do anything. And then I can't remember his name, but I believe he costs 5. He's a 3/3 black and white vampire, and he gives all your legendary creatures +2/+2. I thought about putting him in, but instead I put in Baron Singer to replace the Innovative Procession I took out. But he does cost 8. It does raises the overall CMC of the deck. His ability is pretty good, but it's not necessary. I don't really need to regenerate vampires, because, especially a single one at a time, because I have so many effects that break the symmetry that when a creature of mine dies, theirs dies. I've got so many ways of recurring. But I found out about this guy. So, like I keep mentioning in some videos, Wizard is pumping out the set so fast and so close together. Not like they used to. I've been playing for a long time, and I loved it when a set came out each quarter. Well, no, that's not true. I didn't love it, and I got what I wished for, and I should have known better. So they'd pump out a set every quarter to get people, and people would have time to absorb it, to study the cards, to read the lore, to absorb the storyline. But of course we wanted more, because at the beginning of the game there weren't that many sets. There wasn't that much to build on. And we saw that they kept making things better and better. So we were hungry for more. And now we have too much of more. So I didn't know Yeheni Undying Partisan existed until a week ago, when I was looking at things on my LGS, and I thought, oh, he's a vampire for 3. He's only a 2/2, but he's got haste, and whenever one of my opponent's creatures dies, he gets bigger. And I can make him indestructible by sacrificing, for instance, the token that comes into play when he comes into play based on Edgar's ability. So he lowers my overall CMC, puts it back down a little bit. He's only got 1 black, so his color requirements are easy to manage. He only costs, like I said, 3. Decent stats, haste, and he can get bigger. For that reason, Baron Singer is coming out. He will return to his place of honor in my art cards, my EDH standby cards that either I don't have a home for right now, or have become obsolete, or never were good enough for deck. I just like the art. So that's where Baron Singer will sit. I'm not selling him. I just like him. I like the art. I like these old cards. Right, so let's talk about the next batch of changes. The next batch of changes is to Kaervek. So last night I was running a game with Kaervek, and he feels like he does not have enough land. So before the next game started, I took out Damnation and I put in this Arcane Signet that I got. It feels like it's helping with the Arcane Signet. I now have 8 mana rocks, and keep in mind the theme of Kaervek is to get Kaervek out as quickly as possible and keep him out. There are other ways to do this. I could put in Liliana of the Dark Realms, so she can help me find swamps. I can eat those swamps. I can put a Lake of the Dead. But that starts to become shaky. I decided to go Mana Rocks to pump out Kaervek to get him out quickly and keep him out. So put this Arcane Signet in instead of Damnation. Damnation is now out. The deck still feels like it's missing something. So Gravecrawler is now on the chopping block. I don't really feel, even though I just talked about it a couple days ago, maybe 2 days ago, I really don't feel like a 1 casting cost 2/1 that can't block. It helps my strategy as much as I said it should. So I'm going to take him out, and I'm not sure what I'm going to put. The other card I'm really going back and forth on again is, let me just find him. And the reason I feel taking out Damnation is okay is in both rounds I played with Kaervek. Both rounds I got Blood on the Snow and I was able to cast it. The first round, the creature I got back was a Goblin Sharpshooter. The second round I had 4 snow when I cast Blood on the Snow, and I got back my Solemn Simulacrum. So I like Blood on the Snow. I also have Mog Infestation. It only affects 1 creature, or 1 player. So destroy all creatures target player controls. So if they're indestructible, actually for some reason I was thinking this said they sacrifice it. They do not sacrifice it, destroys them. Which is a little bit different. Destroy all creatures target players. So that means that if the creatures are indestructible, this will have no effect. Okay, something to keep in mind. Still, Damnation doesn't do anything to indestructible creatures either. And so he gets I blow up somebody's creatures, they get a bunch of 1/1s. What are they going to do with them? Attack me with, say, 8 1/1s. I should be able to block a few of them. I take a few points of damage. Next turn I should Massacre Worm them, or maybe I'll get Goblin Sharpshooter out with the Lightning Greaves and just gun down their 1/1s. So, also since this only hits 1 player, if I need to keep somebody alive as a buffer or as an ally against somebody who's stronger, this doesn't screw over the whole table. This doesn't kill my creatures, and it won't kill somebody's creatures that I need to want to keep around. The flip side is, if I do want to kill everything, this won't do it. So far it's been working. Here's the card I keep going back and forth on, but let me just go to my other kill spells. The reason I think I can get away without having Damnation. Where is my... There's Blood on the Snow. So I've already discussed that. Where's my Phyrexian Purge? So Phyrexian Purge, pay 3 life per target, destroy any target creatures. Costs the same as Damnation functionally. 4 mana, only 1 of it is red, not 2 black. And yes, I do pay life per creature I decide to destroy, but I can be pinpoint with it. Sometimes it won't kill as many as I want. Sometimes it'll just do the job perfectly. There's only 2 or 3 creatures I really want to kill, so I pay 6/9 life and I kill them. And paying the life, if those creatures are going to hit me and I'm going to lose the life to them anyway, I might as well just pay the life now and get it out of the way. Play him. Any of you playing red, if you've never played with the Sting Scourger, try it. It's funny. People do not expect red to have that ability. And there's the Massacre Worm. So, like I was talking about, Eldrazi guy and Windgrace. Windgrace had a grip of zombies, 18-20, and I was holding this for about 3 or 4 turns, just kind of waiting, because I didn't want to make myself the threat. I wanted them to get down so I could just kill them in one swoop. Play Massacre Worm. Those zombies get -2, -2, and Windgrace player lost 2 life for each of his 18-20 zombies that died, so it took him out. And all those death triggers, Goblin Sharpshooter saw them and started going to town. And gunned down the Eldrazi guy. So, here's who I keep going back and forth on. In both games last night, I got Goblin Sharpshooter, and I really, really wanted my Basilisk Collar. I've got no way to find it. I don't have a tutor for artifacts. I don't have an unrestricted tutor in the deck because of him. Now, he can't be blocked except by flying creatures and creatures of horsemanship, which almost nobody plays. Most players don't even know horsemanship exists. I mean, try it. Ask it your LGS. If you've got anybody that's only been playing for a couple years, see how many of them know what horsemanship is. Probably be not that many. I can use him to return a black card from my graveyard to my hand. To be honest, the only real... because I plan to recur my creatures anyway, the only target that I have for him is my Exquisite Blood. I mean, let's look at it. So Beacon of Rest, if it resolves, it goes back in my library. What else can he really get that I don't have anything else they can get? Okay, so far I'm showing you red cards, I'm showing you artifacts, I'm showing you creatures. I've got plenty of ways of getting creatures back. I don't have any ways of getting artifacts back. He doesn't care about artifacts anyway. He won't get them back out of my graveyard. So why do I have this guy? Yeah, I mean, look at the deck. Okay, he can get Blood on the Snow back. So he can get Blood on the Snow. He can get Living Death. But if I've cast Living Death, I'm pretty much either going to win or lose pretty quickly anyway. Because either I get back a lot of creatures that seal the game for me, or I've miscalculated and something comes out of my opponent's graveyard that seals the game for me. Army of the Damned, I don't care about getting this back with Zaudun, because it has flashback. He's a creature, that's a creature. I can get back Phyrexian Purge. So there are more than I initially was thinking about. There's my Exquisite Blood, so he can get that back if it's destroyed by for some reason. But are those cards enough justification for having him instead of Demonic Tutor? Because as I said, I'm not going to run him and Demonic Tutor together, because then the logical thing for me to do is play Demonic Tutor for him, cast him, sacrifice him to get Demonic Tutor back, and my deck just becomes predictable and consistent. Not as much fun to play, no tension. It'll get boring very quickly. So I don't know who's still watching 13 minutes in, but what are your thoughts? Do you think I should keep him in because of the low number of black cards I can recur and that he's effectively unblockable? Or should I just cut him for Demonic Tutor? Curious to see what all of you think. I'm going to cut the Grave Crawler. I've decided he's not pushing the strategy well enough. Since he can't block, he's not that interesting. I've got enough token generators, I've got enough creatures to sacrifice for Helm of Possession, for Phyrexian Tower, that I really don't care about him. The question is what to put in instead. I thought about Sudden Spoiling. I thought about putting the Damnation back in instead of him, but I don't think I need it. So right now, I don't have a good target for his replacement. I just know I'm going to do it. But anyway, there you go. Let me get this posted, and when I do decide what I put in, I probably won't do a video on it. It'll just be too short. Maybe I'll include it in something else. Cheers.